bells and whistles and crap I don't need. Yeah, truck right there. I didn't order it with a remote starter, but the dealership that I ordered it from tried to sell it to somebody else out from underneath me, and that guy wanted a remote control starter on it, and they outfitted it, and then guess what? That Yahoo backed out of the deal. So now I got my truck back, but now I got remote control starter, and guess what? It doesn't work right. This is why I don't like bells and whistles. So now, instead of just getting to work on my truck, I gotta bring it down to the dealership and have them figure out what the heck is wrong with it. That's not the reason of this video, though. The reason of this video, oops, sorry, is we're gonna be looking at a Cat 299D, which blew me away. You're gonna actually hear me talk about how I was not impressed with it, because my initial impression was, I thought I was gonna hate this machine. I still gotta get a snowplow on the front of this thing. That's where I'm going today. I thought I was gonna hate this machine. I'm blown away. We started to use it, and I have never found a tracked machine more capable in the snow in my life. I mean, you couldn't get softer ground than this, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Everything that I initially thought about this machine was thrown out the window after actually getting my hands on it and taking it through some insanely deep snow. And you're gonna actually see what this machine can do. Some of the things that we discovered while using it, it's just, you know what? Nah, not gonna tell you. We're gonna show you right now. Let's get into it. Okay guys, we're looking at a Cat 299D2 XHP. For the back or in the front, like night and day, dude. Let's take a look behind the scenes on this Cat 299D and look at accessibility. So we've got everything right here handy for us, plus looks like we've got a battery shut off. I like that right there. The ability to turn your entire motor off means that you know that when you're coming into a machine, you're not gonna have a dead battery. I use that all the time on my equipment that actually is equipped with it. Everything is easily accessible. You can see right where all of your main components are. That's a big thing when you're out working in the field. It's nice to have everything right there handy. How does this Cat 299D stack up with this machine?
Well, it's you know, as far as horsepower goes, I think it's comparable to the ASV.
To the 120?
To the 120.
Okay.
I think it has engine horsepower is about 107. Hydraulically, I think it's probably the best I've seen as far as the hydraulic power that's coming out of the couplers.
Really?
With the XHP system, they're getting about 40 gallons per minute and about 4,100 PSI. So you're looking at realistically a little bit over 80 horsepower at the couplers. So it really has a lot of power.
So the machine itself produces power, and then when you're doing forestry mulching, you need that power converted to hydraulic power, and that's what runs the
So the diesel engine's about 107, but due to efficiency of the pump and the system, you're only going to get probably about 80 out of the couplers.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about this Cat 299D, this XHP. So this is, what does the XHP stand for, Shane? Do you know?
I don't know. I think extra horsepower. I don't know what it stands for.
I was gonna guess
Extra
that.
high pressure. I don't know. It could be anything. But
Yeah. Okay.
The D2 model is the Tier 4 final. So the D model is the Tier 4 interim engine. So this is the newest model that they sell.
Good job, forklift guy. Every time he drives by, he looks and smiles. It's like,
What's going on over here?
What the heck, forklift guy?
Yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of different features on the skid steers. You know, some of them use, I think Cat offers steel tracks, which are really tough. You know, they're really strong for forestry industry, but they might not give the traction that you want, especially in snow.
Yeah.
And this is a CTL track system, so it's rigid.
Yep.
And so it's a little less forgiving than like the MTL.
MTL. Yeah. So, what about this track layout? Is this the snow rated track layout? Do you know?
I'm not sure, but I know. We've used a track like this before, and it handles much better than the construction type with the big lugs.
Yeah, the big
snow,
lugs
it grips
are no
a lot
good.
better.
Yeah, the big lugs are no good.
The rear visibility is really poor, but they have a rear video camera in it, it really helps.
Yeah. So that's one of my pet peeves on all cats, is the visibility just sucks. So they've limited the cab size right here, so you can see where they've skinnied this up in an attempt, but then they blocked it with this big honking bar over the back, which just makes zero sense to me. But I guess the engineers at Cat know more than I do. So as an operator, I just don't like it. So from this point, I look at this point, look at all the mess. So the weight of this machine is all back here, meaning that this machine's back heavy. Now that gives you the ability to lift more in the front optimally, but if you don't have a big load on the back, you got this big fat booty hanging out on the rear end, and especially if you're working in tight areas, that's a lot of extra mass that you may not want. So that's just something to take into consideration. Every machine is designed a little bit different, but once you actually get in it and you start swinging this big tail fin around, and maybe you're working on retaining walls or around houses, or if you're working out in the woods, that's a lot of mass to be clonking up against the side of stuff that doesn't want to be clonked up against the side of. So that's something else we're going to be taking a look at while we run this thing through the woods today. I may be getting a little too close to the action. We're going to be looking at maneuverability, power, and how well this floats and handles in slippery, snowy conditions. So we're going to be looking at a lot of things, and we're also going to be looking at how well this mulching head works on trees and woods, what it's meant for, and then we're going to go have a little bit of fun later on, right?
Right.
So let's take a look at what it's like to try to see out over your shoulder. Good visibility out the front.
Ready, Captain, for takeoff. Minus 5, 4, 3, 2, takeoff.
running skids since you were 12?
Yep.
Have you ran a skid with that much power before?
No, probably not a skid steer.
I mean, that doesn't look like it's even slightly hesitating.
Yeah, I like it.
And the traction you're getting, yep. I mean, I'm so impressed watching this machine just drive through. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I really like it. I really like them.
Way more impressive than the 280/90. It's almost like a night and day difference. I just ran one last week and it was just like, the 289 couldn't do anything that this thing is doing. And those tracks just bite, no problems. Wow, that is it's a monster. This machine is just so perfect in these conditions. I mean, I am so impressed with this Cat 299D. Holy crap. I mean, this is just insane how well this is performing. Running it, and what did you notice? It just felt like it was downshifting as soon as you hit?
Yeah, it feels like as soon as it hits high torque, it'll downshift and you just push right through.
Just keep going?
Yep.
Okay,
nice.
So I mean, we don't know that for sure.
Yeah.
But it felt like that's what was happening.
Felt like it.
Yeah, cool. Because it looked like that's what was happening. Because you would come into a pile and then it would just very smoothly just slow down and keep going. That wasn't you manually doing that.
No.
Wow. Wow, I'm serious. I'll let you go to the bathroom now. I'm seriously impressed with the Cat, guys. The Cat 299D, I'm blown away how well the track system performed in the snow. The power, just its ability to float for such a big machine. You know, I was saying that it was butt heavy, but I mean, you couldn't get softer ground than this, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Everything that I've ever thought about Cat, which is just kind of mediocre, overpriced for service, that 299D, oh my God. I mean, compared to this T770, well, you can't compare them, for one, guys. You can't compare them, but I've ran Bobcat my whole life. I've never had a Bobcat that can do what that Cat just showed you guys that it could do. I really wish, but maybe they're coming out with one right now somewhere and I'll test it out and I'll say the same thing. All right, I'm off to get this truck, the snow plow on the front, finally done. And I'm gonna let you guys go watch the next video, one of these two, down below. You guys tell me, what is the best machine you've ever used for snow removal? Comment that down below because I'd love to also try out some different equipment. I'm gonna see if I can take the ASV 75 through some snow this winter and see how that performs in comparison to this Cat. Now you guys know we did a Cat versus ASV video comparison, and in that video the ASV smoked the Cat 289. Smoked it. But now the ASV 75 would not smoke this 299 in any way, shape, or form, but they're not comparable machines, let's get that straight. But that doesn't mean that the 75 won't still perform good in the snow, and I need to find that out, because that is more of a mid-level machine that is kind of the perfect balance machine. The 299, that's way over the top, you guys. The 299 is probably the powerhouse of Cat's equipment, and rightfully so. It's an amazing piece of equipment with an amazing price tag to go along with it, which means you got to do an amazing lot of work to afford, well, that's a lot of amazings, to afford that piece of equipment. So I'm gonna go with, test something out that's a little bit more in the middle. And that's all I got for you today. And oh, these videos, again, because I don't probably talk too long and they flopped off the screen. God bless you guys, and go get them.
This was all Shane's idea. He's gonna
definitely make me edit that part out. He's like, remember when you said that it was my idea? Take that part out. I'm gonna guess.
Exactly.